I think we scored a home run on this one, y'all. Would you look at that? Garden fresh okra and tomato freshly cut up. And y'all see that cube ham peeping through in there with them onions? Yes, 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 yes. All you have to do now, honey, is cross your legs and say a good prayer and go ahead and eat. So to get started making our garden fresh okras and tomatoes, what we have going on here is a half onion coarsely chopped up, and what we have in our pot is 2 tablespoons of oil, and this oil is actually used chicken grease, y'all. So this is not olive oil. This is used chicken grease because I want an extra depth of flavor since we are using garden fresh vegetables. And when I say garden fresh, I really mean it. See, I cut these by hand. These are fresh okra and this is fresh tomato. So I have 2 cups of fresh cut tomato and 2 cups of fresh cut okra. So we're just going to give this a good stir in like so into our oil. And y'all, when you get your tomatoes, you want to get you a big tomato that has a lot of juice in it. I do not recommend Roma tomatoes if you're going to be making this, simply because with the Roma tomatoes, they don't have a lot of juice in them. And because this is garden fresh, you want to let your tomato basically make the juice. Now, if you don't want a lot of oil in yours, you don't have to use as much oil as I did. You can only use 1 tablespoon if you want to. But I know that at the end, this is all going to reduce down. And like I said, I really want an extra depth of flavor, and I want it kind of fried. Alright, so now that we've pretty much sweated our onions in here, we don't want our garlic to burn. So I'm going to go ahead and add our tomatoes like so. And we're going to let our tomatoes just toss around in here. And while we have our tomatoes, we're going to add our seasonings to taste. Y'all, when I tell y'all this is quick and easy, it is quick and easy. So we're going to add a little chicken flavored bouillon. And again, we are adding our seasonings to taste. We're adding just a little bit of salt. We're going to add some black pepper in here. I love black pepper in my okras and tomatoes. We're going to add a little bit of garlic salt. I know I just put garlic in there, but it's just something about the garlic salt. Now, if you notice how the tomatoes are actually marrying with that oil that we had in there, you can see that it's almost kind of looking like a dressing almost. Now what I'm going to do, before I put my okras in here, I'm going to taste this to make sure that it's where we want it. Remember, stir, taste, repeat. You want to stir it and taste it till you get the flavor that you want. If you want to add additional seasons, go right ahead, add them in there. That is really good. That fresh tomato really pops. If you are a person that likes okra and tomato, you should try making you some fresh okra and tomato. You would be totally surprised at the difference in the taste. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my okra. I told y'all this is quick. Since you have your flavor where you want it, go ahead and add your okra. Give it a good stir. And to this, I am going to add some cubed ham. Just to give it a little meat, I'm going to add some cubed ham in here. Now, adding your ham is totally optional. I just want to put a little bit of meat in mine, and I'm adding about that much. So what is that, about a 1/4 cup of cubed ham? You don't have to add it if you don't want to. You can fry you a little bit of bacon. and put you some bacon in here and use the oil from the bacon if you want to. But because I didn't use bacon and I want that, you know, depth, that's why I used some chicken grease that I have. Now what I'm going to do with this, y'all, is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to let this cook for about a good half hour on a medium flame so that all of our juices and everything can come up and it'll all marry together. So I will see you in a half hour. Alright, y'all, here we go. Our pot has been cooking for 30 minutes. And this is what we have. You see how all the juice came up from your tomatoes? This is what I mean when I say you want some tomatoes that have water in them, because they will make their own oil. If you notice, or I'm sorry, they will make their own juice. If you notice, the oil that we put in the pan, everything has combined together, like it's all emulsified together. So you don't see the difference in that. Now here's a couple things that I want to tell you. As this was cooking, I did come back and stir it a couple times. So you want to keep it stirred so that it doesn't stick, okay? Because you have okras, and okras have a tendency to stick sometimes. In addition to, if you want to peel your tomatoes and peel the skin off of your tomatoes, you can do that. My personal preference, I don't mind the skin on my tomatoes. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? You can eat this like a soup, or you can eat this as a side dish. I am going to serve this along with some fried pork chops over some white rice. So I'm going to get ready to fry my pork chops. Now, I'm not going to show y'all that in this video because I do have another pork chop video. I will put the link down in the bottom so that you can see it. Other than that, y'all, I'm fixing to get everything together so we can plate up and eat up. But I want y'all to see this. Isn't this pretty? Isn't this beautiful? Y'all want some? You can have some. That's a little bit of everything. Let me wipe my stove off because I'm making a mess. Alright, y'all. So I'm going to get my pork chops all fried up here. While I'm frying up my pork chops, I'm going to put my lid back on my pot. And I'm going to actually turn my pot down low so that it can stay warm. And everything will be nice and hot when it's time to serve. I think we scored a home run on this one, y'all. Would you look at that? Garden fresh okra and tomato, freshly cut up. And y'all see that cube ham peeping through in there with them onions? Yes, 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 yes. All you have to do now, honey, is cross your legs and say a good prayer and go ahead and eat. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified of all the delicious dishes that we make up over here on our channel. Be sure to share this video with a friend, a family member, a co-worker, a neighbor, everybody. Anybody who you think would like to impress somebody by making a delicious dish. Don't forget, whenever you post your pictures on Facebook or Instagram, tag us so that we will be able to show you some love and shout you out right back. As always, thank you so much for watching. You enjoy your day. And don't forget, be blessed and always remember to be a blessing.